Whew, boy. Mm, 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 mm. Damn leaves. You know, I hate raking leaves. I actually don't rake them. I bought myself a DeWalt um, cordless blower. Uses my 60-volt batteries. That thing's got some power. Thing is I have a lot of trees behind me that are kind of bare. My wife keeps saying, you need to get rid of the dead plants, okay? You know, they've now frozen up and they do look kind of bad. So I guess I need to come out here if it's not raining tomorrow and cut down all the hostas. They'll be back next year and kind of get rid of the stuff. The flowers on the mums are all gone. But all the trees back here have pretty much dropped all their leaves. Cool. But I have a big maple tree that's in front of my house, and it holds on to its leaves for dear life. I think it was Tuesday, went out there, I blew all the leaves and stuff over to the side and things, got Michael with the lawnmower, and he cut all the leaves that were left. It looked perfect. It looked like it was ready for a football game. Don't you know, tree still got a whole bunch of leaves on it. Dropped out, looks just like it did before we did all the work on Tuesday. And it seems like every other day we do this with the leaves, and the tree just says, ha, 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 ha. Here's some more leaves for you to clean up. It just literally annoys the hell out of me. But it's not quite as much now because, you know, I only see a few back here. They're all in the front. Anyway, there are things in life that always annoy you. And I find it almost comical. I call these things Dakisms. I don't know if you recognize them or not. So many times with Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys, there are terms that are only used against the Dallas Cowboys. You remember when it used to be Dak, dink and dunk Dak? Well, you know, Cowboys were 13-3, but Dak Prescott, he's not throwing the ball deep. Okay. So it went from that to, you know, the Cowboys were blowing people out. Oh, well, they ain't playing nobody, and it's garbage time, so it don't really count. But if that's the case, how come there weren't more people that were having tons and tons of yards in garbage time? And if you want to talk about somebody whose career has been completely garbage time, how about you don't look like somebody, say, I don't know, Matthew Stafford, who played most of his career with the Detroit Lions, that were always behind and they always had to play catch up and score a whole bunch of points. But somehow they say about him, he's the fastest guy to 50,000 yards. I guess so, because they were always behind playing soft zones. Playing against soft zones. Anyway, here's the thing that's funny. If you ended up watching some of First Take today, you heard Stephen A. Smith talking about the Cowboys. They didn't really show me anything. They were playing against a wounded, beat up, you know, sorry New York Giant team. This is always the pattern that seems to happen. You know, when it's the Eagles who end up beating the Colts by luck by 1 point, you know, it's the greatest victory in the world. Oh, man, you know, the Eagles, they played poorly, but they found a way to win. You play the teams that are in front of you. It's what your record says it is, right? Okay. Huh. So when the Cowboys beat the Bears, 48-29? Oh, it's a bad Bears team. They're no good. But they go toe-to-toe against Miami, and Miami wins by 3 points, like 35-32. So you're saying that Miami's win was better because they won by 3 points than the Cowboys winning by 19? Were they no longer a bad team when they played against Miami, and Miami was lucky to get a win? Case in point. Sunday, we destroyed the Minnesota Vikings. We took Kirk Cousins' chains. We had all the memes that were out there about Kirk Cousins' chains and everything else, and how they got beat down, how they were frauds. Oh, well, Minnesota, their division's terrible. Aaron Rodgers isn't the same guy. They got the Lions that are in there twice, and the Bears are who we thought they were. And, the Minnesota Vikings, yeah, they only had one loss before that, but they're not really a good team. Say what? We shellacked them, and all of a sudden, Kirk Cousins is a fraud. So they rebounded. They beat New England last night. Everybody's praising Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins turned it around. Kirk Cousins, he's going to get some gold teeth and stuff to go with the gold chains. Kirk Cousins, it's a shame he's not an MVP candidate. Four days ago, you guys were killing the guy and saying they just suck. They're the worst team in football. They're frauds. Now you're talking about them being MVP and scary in the playoffs. So which is it? Did the Cowboys kick the teeth in and steal the chains of a really good team? Because we go through, we've been hearing about the Giants because for a while there, the Giants were ahead of us. We were in third place as the Giant trolls, kept commenting about. Right? We beat them. Oh, the Giants, man, they're frauds, man. They're not a good team. They're injured and all that. We haven't been injured. We didn't lose Tyron Smith. We didn't lose our quarterback. We didn't lose the running back. We didn't have a wide receiver coming back from injury. Did we have self-inflicted wounds, getting rid of Randy Gregory and Connor Williams and Lyle Collins and Amari Cooper? We don't exactly have the best wide receiver core in football right now. You can't honestly look at that and tell me that you believe Michael Gallup, CeeDee Lamb, and a bunch of guys are, as good as, say, what, I don't know, Miami has or Kansas City has or what Buffalo has. Buffalo survives beating the Lions barely yesterday. Ain't nobody saying that, they're not a good team, that they're frauds. So why is it with the Cowboys, it doesn't matter who we beat, they're really not that good of a team? It used to be they said, well, can't beat teams with winning records. Well, the Giants, here's what's funny. The Giants are 7-4. They've lost 4 games. 2 to the Cowboys. Only 2 other teams have beaten the Giants, but they're a bad team. Okay. We beat Washington. Washington seems to be on a roll right now and could end up being a playoff team. Right now, they've got a winning record. And they're playing the Falcons, a game that's winnable. They could go become 7-5. Okay. It's pretty good. Cincinnati Bengals. I believe they're a top 10 team right now in the rankings. They've got a winning record. Cowboys beat them. The Bears. I'm not going to say the Bears are a great team, but you look at what Justin Fields has been doing on the ground, which he did to us, but we still blew them out. They've won a few games here too. They're not exactly chopped liver. And I can't wait to see the Eagles' defense against Justin Fields and crew. That's going to be interesting. But, it is what it is. No matter what we do, and it's kind of like the same thing for Dak Prescott. Just winning and being 4-1 isn't good enough. And as I look at this season and I listened to what Cowboy fans and the commentators talked about, Adam Rank on NFL Network, as he went through the Dallas Cowboys schedule, through the first 9 games, he had the Dallas Cowboys 3-6. 3-6. 3-6. Think about that for a second. And complaining about the Giants losing players. Understand, when we played the Giants before, we didn't have our starting quarterback. We had a guy who everybody said, why do you have that guy still on your roster? That everybody said, sign Cam Newton. See you trade for Sam Darnold. The backup quarterback in Baltimore. We had that guy starting for us against the Giants the first week. But again, it just doesn't matter. But if the Minnesota Vikings got shellacked by the Cowboys, but they still have an 8-2, or I'm sorry, a 9-2 record. If you're telling me they're not a good team, okay, then I know there's no point in talking to you anymore. Anyway, I appreciate each and every one of you guys, as well as you ladies. In the community tab, you guys know we've been doing some giveaways of jewelry, courtesy of Maya and Joseph Heatherly, from her Etsy site. The link is in the community tab for her Etsy site, and you get 40% off until Sunday. Use the discount code JOBU40. I wish I were 40. Boy, would I love to be 40 again. Wow. 40 was 17 years ago. Damn. Hell, I'd be happy to be 50 right now. Anyway, I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Remember, tell the people you love that you love them. And God willing, I'll see you in the morning. Peace.